Please welcome on in. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Let me get set up here. I'm having a medicine relaxing day. My neighbor, for whatever reason, keeps bringing his, I don't know what it is. It's a Chevelle or something. He has a hard time letting it go, so he keeps getting it repaired. And then what happens, it breaks down. So then it comes on the back of a tow truck, and then he gets it fixed again, drives it, it breaks down again, it shows up back here on the tow truck. I can't tell you how many times the vehicle's been on the back of the tow truck, getting unloaded, go in the garage, he's gonna work on it, he'll drive it again, and it comes back on a tow truck. So I guess different strokes for different folks. I don't know what to say. I've just seen it so much. I'm like, oh, it broke down again. Okay. Oh, it broke down again. All right. So I know I started a little early. Okay. So while I'm just waiting, I'm gonna get this set up really quick. And I decided I was just gonna sit here on my bed and just do this and relax. Take a deep breath. Hey, lovely, how are you? Get your pen and paper. We're just gonna kind of just be. I'm drinking some cacao right now. I felt the need to make myself some cacao. Cacao is really good for the nervous system and the heart when you've been kind of going through some weirdness with people. So, okay, great. Here we go. I'm like, let me get this up. So I said, I'm just going to go hop on and just be and chill with the Be So Light family. That's what I'm doing. So I thought we all just kind of chill. Anybody watch the movie yet? Did you watch the movie yet? Did you watch the movie yet? Come on. Anybody watch Infinite? It's on YouTube for free. There's no excuses. You can't say you can't watch it. If you're on here, you can watch it. Oh my gosh. Let me take a look at the... Okay. Yeah, are you guys feeling that shifting, that energy shifting? And some of your stuff, your emotional stuff is coming up. And it's probably more than likely something from the past. And are you having the feeling of feeling kind of overwhelmed? Like, why do I feel so overwhelmed all of a sudden? And then maybe the feeling of, you know what, I'm just going to lay down. I'm just going to rest. There's so many frequencies going on right now. It's unreal. Okay. Hold on, I'm looking for my I'm not in any rush today. Are you in any rush today? I'm not rushing. I'm just taking my time. It kind of feels good, to do that. Not going to be out there running around, lovelies. Nope. Last time I went out, did something on a heavy portal or eclipse day with a friend, and that energy was weird. It really kind of set us off in a weird energy. I didn't like that. So I said, I value my relationships with friends and everything, and I choose not to hang out with anybody right now. Just so things don't get missaid the wrong way or misunderstood, and then people go off and get all angry and all that stuff. You know what I'm talking about. Okay, here it is. So we got the Iswa. Okay, I need to find the time. That transforms the throne. Oh, yeah. Forms the throne. The throne is very real. We have that realness with the throne. Day 15. Okay, so the Iwas. And then there is the Soal, which has the same, almost like the same thing. Looks like a lightning. Soala. Okay. And dreams, man, I had this dream that was really, really weird. And it was almost like Spirit was showing me something. Don't you dare think about doing that. And I woke up and it was like, oh my gosh, what? Time space, okay. All right. Let's shoot back up to the top. All right. Man, this year is going to close out fast. Really fast. Ooh, that's going to be interesting. December 9th and December 10th are 2 portal days. Oh, wow. A cosmic sun, the last day of the 260-day galactic span, and then it goes into 12:10 on a Wednesday, the red magnet dragon. Oh, yeah, we better pay attention to that one. All right, but as of now, we're kind of got our feet in September right now. So come on in, grab your tea. I'm not rushing. I just made blue lotus flower tincture this morning. So, and it's sitting in the sun. Getting codes at the same time. Yes. Loving it. Okay. Bring my cat out. All right. So today we are starting in the White Planetary World Bridger, And this energy is all about I perfect in order to equalize producing opportunities. I seal the store of death with the planetary tone of manifestation. I am guided by the power of timelessness. The color is white, far off from it. Planet is Mars. Chakra is the throat. You know, I woke up this morning. I had a lot of like residual stuff going on with my throat. I find that very interesting. Things that I want to say, things that need to be voiced, things how I really want to say it. Family, Earth Family Cardinal. And so the rune is the Ewas. It says the higher reality is cosmos. Cosmo is supernatural. Wait, let me back up. The higher reality is cosmo. Cosmo is super nature. This supernature contains the dimensions that enfold and enclose our dimensions. So we're in the first mental sphere, and then we're in the first dimensional cosmic creation. Alpha, alpha. So there's going to be a lot of pressure in the back of the head. This is dreaming involves purification. So if you have your salt bowl, it would be very wise to take your salt bowl out today and to add more salt to it, add more oils to it if you want to, add more herbs to it if you want to, and then stir it up, get it loosened up, stir it up so that you are revamping it, renewing it, and then put it back underneath the bed. Then at the same time, this would be good to put the salt, sprinkle the salt around your bed. Because you only want pure divine energy contacts around you. So you don't want stagnant, lower vibrational energy coming in, hampering with you. They'll come in on other people to try to mess with you, but this is why it's really important to keep your energy clear. This is the moon purification energy. This is purification energy. So having that in order, making sure you're smudged, making sure you do your medicine baths, that's just a great thing to have in place. What herbal type of medicine are you going to make for yourself? Or are you just going to do flower remedies, different things of that? Or are you going to do, some people are pulling in things like shrooms and mushrooms. I'm not into that. That's just not my forte. I like to be very aware of what's going on around me. So herbal teas are great if you're relaxing yourself and you want to get in the mood. Now let's talk about this moon coming in. Because let me see. Let me see what time it's rolling in. Oh, I should have put the... Gotta say it. Oh, someone already typed in California. Okay, so I already know it's not going to be visible September 7th, lunar Total lunar eclipse will not be visible from California because it occurs during the daylight hours and will be in the wrong part of the world. While there will be a full moon around that time, the eclipse will be visible from other regions, including Europe, Africa, Asia, and Australia. So, if you're on the West Coast, the eclipse is happening during the um, daytime, specifically between 11:28 a.m. and 4:55 p.m. Eastern Time. So on the East Coast, it's going to be 11:28 a.m. So on the West Coast, you're going to want to, that looks like 9 and that looks like 8:28 a.m. This is when it's an energy that starts, but it really matters just to follow what the time is that's coming in when it starts at 11:28 a.m. to 4:55 p.m. So now you're probably sitting here thinking, well, there's some people that say, shouldn't be involved in da 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 da. No, this is one of those energies, the same with the black moon when it came in. This is one of the energies that's the follow-up behind that. So you go from black to the red. You go from the not seeing, you go from the zero to the red of what is birthing. What do you want to birth? What's coming forward? What is the life force that's going to support what is coming forward for what you're calling in? Okay, so in that time, you figure from 11:28 a.m. until 4:55, that energy and how it's working. Now, keep an eye on the fact that it's going to be around Europe, Africa, Asia, and Australia. Okay? What energy is going to be playing out in these areas? In Europe, Africa, Asia, and Australia. What's going to be happening there? What's going to be coming up? So that's one thing we definitely want to keep our eyes open for. So I want to take a look at Okay, so these are the areas that we need to watch after the eclipse hits. What earthquakes are going to pop up all of a sudden. And we already know that these type of eclipse last from anywhere from 6 months, sometimes depending on what's unraveling. I always feel like it can go for 6 months, maybe even 9 months. Because eclipse to me, now keep in mind, in Ayurvedic, this is one of those things also where you do not want to be overeating. Because when eclipse happens, that energy is a full almost 28-day equivalent energy in that time frame. So eating really heavy is not going to be your friend because your body is not going to be able to process a lot of heavy food. So teas, broths, keeping it light and simple is where you want to be. I learned that the hard way. I learned that the hard way. And it wasn't good. It was like, wow, I felt like all my food just stopped in my stomach, and it felt like it. Okay. Okay, so So you figure like this, 11:28 a.m. So it's nighttime over there now, as it's daytime for us here. So as it starts to get dark over here on the West Coast, it's getting light over there. So probably by nighttime, you figure that's probably going to be, yeah, that's probably, you know what, if I didn't know better, I feel like it would already be happening a little bit like now. I mean, we're already in the doorway. So either way, within these next 24, 36 hours, that window of shifting is open. So think about this. You probably want to start looking at what is still hanging on to you and releasing that. I talked about the red candles yesterday. So I'm actually will start burning my candles with the intention. So this is where you take the time, if you're going to sit and have your favorite tea or have your cacao, you sit and you make the time to really think about what this shift is going to be for you. I know what it's going to be for me, big time. And it's something I've been wanting for quite some time. So this is also where you want to get rid of negative energies. You want to get rid of the negative energy of people that aren't for you. Hey, lovely. You want to get rid of that energy. So that's definitely something. Now, in the Spiralite practitioner group, I'll be working with them individually, teaching them how to access the Black Pyramid. That is some ancient, ancient technology. I'm loving it. I mean, wow. I think I took you guys briefly when we were doing the 10-day thing. We did a brief one, but when you really dive into the medicine of it, it's awesome. I love it. So they are going to have a training on that. So let's just kind of mark your time knowing that it's going to start at 11:28 a.m. It says during the day of the United States, specifically between 11:28 a.m. through 4:55 p.m. In between that time span here is where you're thinking about setting your intention, seeing yourself in what it is. So write this down. You want to concentrate on fame, wealth, good health, power, and magnetism. The power to magnetize. The fame is if you own a business, you want your work to get out there. You want people to see your work, see what you do. So that's what you want to be known for, is your work, what you do. The wealth, the currency that you want to have now flowing in a good direction for you. Where when you work with clients, they pay you well. They appreciate you. You don't want to be bothered with any more energies of people who don't respect you and do not pay you for your services. And those of you that have disrespected any healer and didn't pay them for their services, then you know who you are. So, and you know better. Let's just put it like that. You know better. All right? So, keep that in mind. That's where you want to focus in on your energy. What does that mean for you? What does fame mean for you? What does wealth mean for you? And that doesn't mean to be limited. What does wealth mean for you? Does it mean to be able to just relax and things are taken care of? These nonsense thing called bills taken care of. Now, I don't know what other shenanigans going on. I got to do more research into it. But there's something else popping off talking about, I don't know if it's the 16th or the 12th of September, something in blackout day. It's supposed to be blackout day. I'm like, what's that mean? Who's behind the blackout day? You know, internet's supposed to go down. Everything's going to be 3 days of darkness. I'm like, oh, so you guys couldn't wait for the real 3 days of darkness to come. You had to make up your own. What a predicament. Don't you kind of get that sometimes where man, the lower form of man is impatient. They want things to go a certain way, the way they want, because they're going to get something out of it. So they stage things to fall in place to get the results that they want, but only if you agree to it. Just like I was telling you yesterday about cabins in the wood. That whole thing can't go off unless they participate. They set it up. They have them go down in the basement. They have them drawn and get their attentions on certain objects. And then they have to have the one that is going to read the activation script. It has to be free will. And when you use that free will, then that's how they get things started. So why not use your free will to get things started in the way you want it to start? I think in this eclipse, the black moon, the eclipse, the equinox, these in-between wave of portal energies are all activations of setting you up with your higher self and really understanding what is it like to remember who you are, to come out of the deep sleep, to be able to step forward. And there will be some people that won't even know what's going on. They're not going to be aware, but they're going to feel it. They're going to feel off. They're going to feel strange. They're going to say, God, I just feel so weird. I feel so off. Da, 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 da. Well, we're having eclipse energy. Maybe you're losing your mind because it's a lunar eclipse, lunar tick. To lose the mind is a part of that. So there will be people that are going to be breaking down in that spot, which, lovelies, in the healing world, those of us that do our healing work, you want to make sure you're not out hanging out in places like, oh, I don't know, Walmart, Target, Costco, heavy crowded areas where anything can just pop off, okay? Because people are going to be losing it. Now, I just also heard someone had did a video saying they went into Walmart and they removed all the tags. So you don't know how much anything costs now. I said, well, that doesn't sound right. Why not boycott that? Don't go. If they can't be transparent to let you know how much you're spending on something, then don't go there and support that. That's what this is going to be like. Things, thank you, Spirit. Things that do not, see, this is why you drink cacao. Things that do not sit right, things that are not being done right, stop supporting it. We can't support it anymore. Because when we support it, we're giving it energy and we're saying we're okay with it when we're not. So I know for a fact if I walked into Walmart and I didn't see any prices anywhere and I'm supposed to be like, oh, trusting the fact they're going to charge me the right kind of price for something, and I get up there and I ring out and it's over $100 and something dollars. I'm not going to be okay with that. I am not going to be okay with that. So we cannot be supporting people who are not willing to be transparent, and businesses not being transparent. And when we talk about Sister Marty today, she was talking about boundaries. Oh my God. Having boundaries is so important right now, especially right now. Having healthy boundaries. Yes, I can meet up with you, or no, I can't, or I wanted to go out and do this, but I changed my mind. I don't want to do this. Um, Having the boundaries of where you're able to be in flow. What divinely aligns, what doesn't. You know, I have 3 plates that I have to get out. 2 I need to mail off. 1 I need to give to the person in hand. But things have just not been in alignment to just meet up and be able to do that. And I'm good with that. You know, when everything aligns up, it all falls into place. So everyone just put that down on your timeline. When this energy, you're gonna have that. Now some people are saying 82 minutes of really concentrated energy when it starts going into its phase, that you can be in that medicine. What does your medicine time look like? Are you going to be journaling? Are you just going to sit and meditate? Are you going to do sound bath? Are you going to just be in the silence of everything and just be in that flow when you start seeing it start? So I feel like it's okay to be on your internet to look to see when is it starting, so you have a window and know, okay, it's starting over there. I'm already in sync. This is my medicine. This is what I'm doing. As far as diving into ancient history, ancient medicine of the cell, tapping into the ancient ones, this is that time. This is that time to tap into that, where you want to get some good wisdom teachings and talks. I like the fact last night I was thinking about Mother Hecate, and I was laying in my bed and I looked off towards the wall area, and I see like this glowing like silhouette kind of, but not really. It's like further in the dimension, but I can see it. And I said, "Oh, you heard me." And she goes, "Yes, child, yes." And it was like, okay, we need to have conversation. She goes, "Okay, when you're ready." I said, "Okay." So I have the greatest respect for Mother Hecate because, like I said before, I didn't think she was real. I just thought she was a bunch of names made up like all these others. She wasn't real until I actually saw her. And ever since the day I saw her, for her to show herself the way she did, it really did put my heart at ease when I saw her, because after seeing her that week, things changed like that. I was off of that land. I was out of there. A friend came up and helped me to move, and I was just a hot mess at that time. But when I moved off of that land, I was able to get back into my space and detach from all those craziness of the people there at that land. And back in the day when I was younger, I didn't have a lot of discernment. I had a lot of, hi, what does that mean? That going on. And that, hi, what does that mean? Got me into a lot of trouble because I wasn't paying attention to a lot of people who had other, how do I, who had bad behaviors that weren't transparent, let's put it that way, who didn't really care about what I was thinking of or whatever. So, hey lovely, hey lovely. So when I saw her, that was life changing. That was like an initiation because she was just standing there under an oak tree of all trees, wearing a purple shawl, and that dog sitting next to her, that cane. And that was just, still, when I think about it, I still can see it just like I saw it that day. And it's a powerful thing when you work with Mother Hecate because she's the one that comes to you and tells you, okay, you're at a crossroads. What do you want to do? If you go this way, this is what this looks like. If you go that way, this is what this looks like. If you go this way, this is what that looks like. You're at a fork in the road. What is calling to you? I think a lot of times we get this place of what is calling to us. What is that calling? And when these energies are so powerful, this is where you want to be in the medicine of creation. When we look at a blood moon, back in the ancient time, it was all about the sacrificings that they were doing underneath this. When we talk about the Mayans and how they did things back then, under that time. But now when you look at it, when we hear the word blood moon, it's also like a hunter's moon. What is the blood moon representing for itself? Blood itself is the giver of life, the creation, the energy of life force. Okay. But within the blood, what is the imprinted energy behind the ancient blood of self that you are tapping into? Ooh, I like that. What is the imprinted energy of the ancient blood of self that you are tapping into? I love that. Someone write that down. What is the imprint of the blood of the ancient energy that you're tapping into of the self? That is a beautiful way to look at this. You're going to tap into the ancient connection of this blood moon of self to you. What is the imprint of the blood of the ancient energy that you are tapping into? Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It is beautiful to be able to use that. And that should be like what just came through. That should be like the asking point when you're flowing into setting up your portal of sacred space, moving into that. Yes, yes, I love it. So some of you, when you look at that energy, and this is why I call it the prep time. This is your prep time. Okay. So what's your prepping going to be? You're going to have your candles, you're going to have your oils. Do you have your space of altar that you're setting up that's going to be for your intentions? What's your journal prompting like? Let this right here be the question. What is the imprint of the blood of the ancient energy that you are tapping into? What is it that you're seeking? Are you seeking a deeper fame of self? Are you seeking how to be more in the flow of wealth? A lot of our wealth and our currency is tied up in, thank you, delusional timelines of what we can work with and what we can't work with, that not work with, what is available to work with at the moment. Thank you. What's available to work with at the moment. The rest of it is sitting there, but it's not in the available timeline of alignment to be able to work with it, because there's something screwed blocking it. And it's always going to be put on us to make us feel like you're not worthy. But it still can thank you. But it still comes back to those words. Thank you. Suppression, depression, oppression. Where is that part of the self where you are feeling suppressed? What's coming up? Because eclipse, when we really look at it from a metaphysical point of view, when we just look at it, we have something that is coming and is blocking a full moon, but it's going to create this redness around it. What is being shrouded? What's the shrouding? Is the shrouding of the red giving the birth to something, or is the shrouding the covering of the red? Is it holding back something? How are we looking at the shroud? What's being shrouded? This is where your mind right now, you want it to unravel. The same way when your body is locking up on you and you have to unlock your body. That means you have to stretch and move your body in a certain way to allow your body to release. And when you do release something that's tight, something that was scar tissue, something that was holding a memory of something that was deep and traumatic, that comes up to the surface so that you can recognize it and release it. So in this time of today and tomorrow, and then not to mention going into the 999 energy, that energy itself is a lot of intense energy coming in. Talk about fight or flight. It's going to be like, I'm going in, what? Go, what? It's going to be this constant up, and then all of a sudden it's going to be whatever it is you're letting go of here. And I know, we're all over it. We're all tired of how much more of this shit do I got to keep letting go? How much more do I have to keep letting go of this and this? When you don't have a charge behind it. When it comes up or somebody says something and it doesn't trigger you. When it comes up and you don't go back and relive it again. That's how you know you let go. And another way you know that you changed something is that you see the pattern, you see the cycles behind the emotional grippiness of it, and then you recognize it and you're able to say, like this morning having an aha moment of me coming from a nursing background, 35 plus years. When I really look at it, I just want to round it off at 35. Caretaking people. Now, this is what comes up so intensely. And here's the dream that I wanted to share. So I'm talking to Marty this morning, and I said, I had this weird ass dream, and it was we were talking about how I'm just so tired of the caretaking. I'm tired of it. And caretaking would be beautiful if it was people were being respectful and honoring and caring. But there are some people that you can caretake, and I'm talking about broadly, especially in nursing when you caretake and you're taking care of, sometimes you don't get thank you, or you get rudeness, or the kindness kind of goes out the door, but you keep giving it. You keep showing up. You keep being the giving person, giving the love, giving the compassion. So I was in this place of, I'm tired. I'm burned out, you know? And I had to really look at how long I've been doing that. So the dream is so weird. I had a lot on my mind about not wanting to keep doing this. I want to retire. I'm not going to wait until I'm a certain age. I want to retire now. Screw it. I'm at that place. Why do I have to wait? Where is it a law that says I have to wait? There is no law. So I started thinking about it. So when I go to sleep, I swear, I end up in some hospital looking building. Doesn't even look like a hospital. But I'm wearing these scrubs. And they look like they were kind of purplish, bluish color scrubs. And I'm like, what is this? And I'm walking down the corridor. And I said, this is a hospital. What am I doing in a hospital? And I'm like, what is this? And I'm like, I don't smell anything. It looks like they're taking care of the patients okay. And this nurse comes up, this like nurse manager comes up, and she's like, come on, I got to count everybody in. And she pulls up like this board thing, this glass thing, and she's reading the nurse that she's checking in. And she's like, okay, you're clear. And then she gets to me and she puts a scan up to me, and she brings it down. She goes like this to my face. She goes, you're not supposed to be here. You're not supposed to be here. And I go, well, what do you mean? I'm here to fulfill my assignment. She goes, you're not supposed to be here. Leave. And I was like, walking around. And my mind, when that happened, I see myself walking around. I see the other nurses. They kind of like turn their head like this. And they're looking at me like this. And I'm like, oh, I guess I'm supposed to leave. And when I'm walking away and leaving, I'm like, well, what am I supposed to do about my money? And how am I going to take care of myself? And I'm supposed to have this job. And I got to leave. So I wake up and I'm like, hell yeah. Not doing that. Nope. I was like, no. We're not going back down that road. I couldn't go in and do nursing now if I wanted to. I really couldn't. I to be honest, I think I'd be fired in the first day. Because I'd be called out. I'd be calling people out. Why are you doing that? That doesn't sound right. Why are you? No. Why are you saying you did it, but you didn't do it? That doesn't make any sense. Yeah. Miss Burns, to the office, please. Paging, come to the director's office, please. I won't even go to the office. I just go head straight out to the car. I already know what's going to happen. I'm just going to go ahead and upgrade. Just bypass it. So, where are you going to be tapping into that ancient connection of self? I worked at a hospital. Why do you think I'm always tired and asleep? Yes. You know what I'm talking about. My heart goes out to you. I know what you're doing. Anyone, especially right now with what's coming, a lot of energy. A lot of energy. And this is why you have to really take care of yourself. You have to cleanse, you have to smudge, you have to cut those cords. When you leave the hospital, you should be wearing black tourmaline. Protect the things on you when you're working in the hospitals because people have stuff. And then hospitals have trapped spirits there. They didn't make it out. Something happened. So there's trapped spirits there. So take the time to really set things up of how you're connecting with this energy. You want this to be a creative energy for you. You want the doorway to open, to reveal itself. You want to see your higher divine self on different timelines where everything is already done and you align with the higher one and anchor into that and say, that one looks great. I want that one. I'm going to anchor into that one. So it's taking and shedding from this older part of yourself where you are and you're like, okay, I'm not feeling this present setup anymore. I want a better one. And then letting your higher self show you the different ancient dimensional selves of you out there. Which one do you want to tap into? My whole thing is anything from 12th dimension up is good to go. Because source is at that 12th dimension. 10th and 11th, you still got some of the dark shadow beings. 9th and 10th right in there. Okay? But when you hit 12, they can't go there. They can't be there on those dimensions. And when you're working in 13th dimension, when I say these dimensions of you, yourself, tapping into those higher aspects, tapping into those higher frequencies and vibrations of yourself. And when you tap into, you call that into you and say, I'm going to align with this. I'm having an alignment with this. Okay? So in between this time while we're aligning with intention, you want your body to be in a place of relaxation. You don't want to be all tensed up. You want to make sure you're feeling good and balanced. You're not out running around out there in the energy. I learned that the hard way, doing something like that during an eclipse time or equinox. That wasn't good. So let's take a look at some medicine. Everyone, any questions right now before we step into some medicine cards? Because I'm doing cacao. I have, wow, it's already Blue Lotus flower is already doing its thing. So that's cool. I'm like, all right. So I have that ready for where I will take a few drops underneath my tongue tonight and allow that flower essence to work with me. So when we look, let me see. Herbal astrology. I love this. So we got the hibiscus. Those of you that want to do your hibiscus, remember that's the joy. Okay. And I think Blue Lotus is in here. She has yarrow, ginkgo. Yep, here it is, Blue Lotus. Dandelion, if you want to do something with dandelion. Damiana is in here. If you're going to do a valerian. If you're going to do cocoa or cacao. I like cacao. So let's just take a look at this. So we already talked about hibiscus. And say like you're going to make your own medicine. So your cacao is going to be that heart connection medicine, that spirit medicine. It's very healing. And what I love about cacao is when you're making it for yourself, you're setting your intentions and your prayers with that. So the cacao is going to be about initiation, spiritual tests, revelations, access to the cosmic heart. Okay, access to the cosmic heart, divine love, light beings, channeling language of light. This is a planet of Uranus and Venus. So those of you that are going to do cacao, that's what your activational energy will be about when you're tapping into that. That cacao is going to bring that forth. And this is that ancient God's medicine. Okay? So that's why when I'm doing the cacao and I'm sipping on it, I like that feeling of there's like this love energy that just flows through and it feels good. And I feel whatever heaviness that I had in my heart or tiredness, it just melts away. So I really love that. And then with cacao, also they have like the symbol above that, and they have the heart, and it says initiation. Okay, so that's the spirit medicine of that. Cocoa, you're looking at foresight number 36. It has the leopard there. She's green. Okay, so number 36 is going to bring you supernatural powers, abilities to see, universal truth, genius, spiritual guidance, brilliance, integrity, impeccability. Okay, this is also another one with Uranus and Venus. Something's coming with that. How it's gathered, what would make it a cocoa and what would make it a cacao. So that's another one. If you don't have cacao, do you have cocoa? If you have the medicine of a tincture of valerian, some of you might have it in a tea. Valerian. Number 44, acceptance. What needs to be accepted? Now, you look at this picture, you see the mountains, you see the lightning, you see plasma energy. So when we look at that, so if you're working with valerian root, you're saying, okay, intuitive order, loosening up, acceptance, embrace your imperfections, and persistence. This is about the planet Neptune. Neptune energy. Okay. Valerian, with this pungentness, that smell, yet and still when you take it, it does give you that releasing moment. So you're releasing that. When we get body work done, energy work done, or we take medicines that help the body to release the constriction of the confinement of the physical body itself, we're able to flow energetically and tapping into that energy of what we're seeking. So valerian is another one about acceptance. What do you need to accept? What is it about yourself that you need to accept? Okay. Damiana, when we look at that one, it says the beloved. So Damiana comes in, and I love working with Damiana. Damiana is really good. So, Damiana, and here it says magnetism, attraction, kindred spirit, soulmate, relationship, intimacy, sacred play, finding the beloved within. The beloved within. You know what? Where did they get the cocaine? They probably put it in there. This part of the self, the beloved, meeting up with the beloved, that's the same thing of saying connecting to the higher self. Okay, connecting to your higher self. So that's another plant stepping into having a tea, Damiana. Oh, I'm talking about the other card. Oh, are you talking about the card? Are you talking about where? This is the cards. I don't know about the cocaine part. I don't know. Maybe. That part I don't know. Dandelion. Now, here's the truth about dandelion. It's the wounded healer plant. But dandelion, when you take it in capsules, you keep taking it. If you were having any problems, like in the bowel duct, I was saying that not cocoa is cacao is cocoa. They chew the plant. Okay, I got you. Okay, I got what you're saying. I'm like cocaine. I don't understand. I don't know. I don't know that. I don't know. Okay, dandelion. So your dandelion is about the wounded healer. It said wounded healer, wounds of the as tools to awaken, healing journey, inner child healing. So dandelion, if you're going to tap into that, you're going to take that and tap into that plant. Now, one thing when we do the plants, when you're calling to the spirit of the plant, you're connecting to it in your breath and you connect to it in your heart. And that's how you get the plant to talk to you. And then you also call it by its spirit name, which is going to be the name Taxonomia Ophelia. So you would call it by that name when you're tapping into the plant spirit. Now, Blue Lotus, initiation, number 5. What is the initiation? Okay, Blue Lotus. So number 5. So your Blue Lotus is intuitive knowing, unearthing the subconscious, meeting the guardians of mastery and dream work of initiations. This is the sun and the moon. So this is why this one would be good, taking it at nighttime and slipping in between the worlds of that energy when you're going in between that. Okay, so the Blue Lotus. Okay, so yeah, This is really a good set of cards. Um, I like how she put it inside. You are the medicine. And these are really good cards to work with when you want to dive into the spirit and the medicine itself. Okay. When you're diving into that. Okay, so those are some of the plants. If you feel like you want to connect with that, you are on your own when it comes to shrooms and mushrooms and all that department. I don't have nothing to do with that department. Nada. Not my forte. Ayahuasca, not my forte. I like ayahuasca just from talking to the plant spirit itself, but I am not one that will ingest it. Because it's not my plant. I'm not one. You will not find me going into the Amazons going to go to an ayahuasca ceremony. No, not happening. No. One, I really take to heart my sensitivity of certain things. I take to heart reactions to certain bug bites. And I don't want to be way out in the middle of the Amazons and something happens. Okay? That's just how I see it. Now, you're probably saying, well, Felicia, you got to trust in you. I do. I do trust. It's the people that I wouldn't trust. And I would have a hard time trusting. But, yeah. And then if I don't know what that person does or what their history is as a ayahuasca teacher or facilitator of the medicine, I'm not going to be okay with jumping into that. I just won't. But I see other people that are made for that path and they are able to do it, and I think that's cool. But it's just not my forte. And I'm okay with that. I have other things I like to be a part of, like crystals. That's my forte. Okay, so the energy that's coming up from the heaven realm, bridging into the earth realm, we need that firm foundation. Firm foundation. The bridge is ironic because it'll happen right after 999. It's going to be the karmic completion. Now remember that 999 energy is what is being released, what is being shifted. This whole energy of the eclipse is the doorway into that also. It's all linked together. And then how it shows up on earth is 17. It's going to be about heal. What needs to be healed? I think this is so ironic because it's all about firm foundation. You're looking at that. And then we got the karmic completion. And then chains are broken, what's healed. Okay. So I love that. And then let's take a look at what the animals and then the universe has to say. So how many of you got things ready? You're kind of making out your list. You're kind of thinking about it now. How to kind of better get yourself aligned. Ooh, got a hyena. Okay, hyena is fear. What's the fear that's coming up? Thank you. What's the fear that's coming up? What is that fear? What's the fear? How is that fear showing up? It's number 38. Notice, look at this picture. I want you to look at that. You got the light and the dark. What's the fear? Okay. What's the fear? What is your fear? Let's look at 38. Examine your fears, especially the fear of difference, of the unknown, and of death. What is that fear? And then when you look at it, it's looking at the concerns decreasing in the numbers due to hunting and habitation destruction. The hyena is the one that looks at living tradition. It's its own deity, what it looks at. Hyenas also, they're very smart, but they are also those animals that we don't want to see, you know, because when they run in packs coming into the space. But hyenas, they kind of have like that trickster energy also, kind of like the coyote. A little bit of that trickster energy behind it. The universe we're going to have the Capricorn, which is gratitude, and that's the number 10 again. So what's the gratitude? The gratitude. Yeah, the Lion King. What's the gratitude? So what are you thankful for? Don't leave that out of the mix when you're doing your journaling. What are you thankful for? What is showing up for you? What are you thankful for? And then, what is it that you want to move past through? Okay, we're going to go into 3 more cards and then we'll go ahead and call it an end of this medicine. Oh, look at this. Number 27. What have we forgotten? Transformation. Love these cards. I remember when I first got them, I was like, what kind of cards are these? And then when I opened them up, I was like, oh, these are my kind of cards. New forms. New forms. What kind of transformation might you be undergoing? Is there a way for you to make it more gentle? We don't have to shift in craziness. We can be gentle. It doesn't have to be hard. You know, we don't have to beat ourselves up. But what is the transformation that we're going through? What is it that you want to become? You know, what is it that you want to tap into? What are you tired of? What do you want to move into? Okay, that's how I'm looking at it. What am I tired of? What am I moving into? So the language of the darkness with the eclipse itself, let's take a look. Heart of love, the unconditional center. Heart of love, the unconditional center. So what is the heart of love representing? What is covered in the heart? And then last part, number 23, nourish. Nourish. Okay, so I see only 2 people in house, and guess what? The 2 people in house, you will get a soul contract card. I'm going to pull for who's still in house. Tap in. I only see 2 people. Who's still in? Okay, I just saw that. Okay. Here's yours. Natural heaven. Okay. This is, I think, me and Marty. Okay. Okay, here's your card. River of Destiny. Trust the flow of the river of destiny. It will carry you to your soul's truest desires. Flow, adaptation, soul guidance. Oh, I like this. Boom. There you go. There you go. That's your card. Okay, who else is in house? Who's the last person? Mm-hmm. Okay, message for the last person in house. Inner balance. Inner balance is the cornerstone of soul growth. Find it and fear nothing. Self-harmony, peaceful heart, inner outer unity. There you go. Inner balance. There you go. Inner balance is your card, Marty. Having that inner balance. And that's so true. So true. Love this. Love it, love it, love it. Okay, that concludes this medicine talk of what you should be focusing in on, how you maneuver through this energy. You're not going to be out running around, going to no crazy places with a whole bunch of people in it. Okay? You need to play it safe. You need to guard your energy. Don't be around people that are running negative energies. Let them stay off to themselves. Let them be in their own little world. And just simply say, oh, I'm sorry, that's not my timeline. Upgrade, upgrade. Soul contracts is the cards that I use. And what makes it so good when you're doing, since you 2 are still here, I'm gonna pull 2 more. See, this is why I said I want to take my time. Okay. Natural heaven. This is going to be the vision of soul, and I'm going to give you all of you is magic card. And we're going to close it with that. Okay. So here is your card. Oh, wow. Number 35, ancestral lineage. I'm going to get you, Marty. Okay. So these are going to help you with your promptings. Ancestral lineage. These are those meditation and portal cards. So get a look at that. Okay. And then for natural heaven, that card was yours. And then I'm going to give you all the magic of. It's this one. Yes, ancestral lineage. Okay, now, here comes the magic one. Okay, here it is. Here's the front of it. Here's the meaning. Between your connection to the universe and your groundedness on the earth lives the balance of above and below, the spiritual and the physical. Here's the ritual. With your eyes closed, place your focus on the tip of your toes and feel the energy move towards the top of your head. This will help connect your body to your spirit. Oh, I like that. Love that. Yeah, all the backs are different in this set. They're different arts. All of them are different. But you get different healing rituals with each one. Yes, you're doing the exercise. So you're going to be with your eyes closed, place your focus on the tip of your toes and your feet. Feel the energy move towards the top of your head. This will help you connect to your spirit. Okay, so that's your medicine. Marty, here comes yours. Okay, soul, your vision of soul. Okay, here's yours. Rise of the Nature Divas. Ooh, I like that. I like it, I like it, I like it. That's pretty. The vision of that. Okay, working with the divas, working with the fairies, working with the plant beings. Here comes the magic of you. Thank you so much for the love. That's your picture. Okay, here's the back. The love in your heart is sacred. It does not need validation or reciprocation to exist. It's here to open your heart, not control your circumstances. The ritual is write down some expectation you have tied to love, that you have tied to love. Then visualize releasing them, allowing love to exist without goals or preconceived notions. Ooh, that's intense. That's an intense. Write down some expectations you have tied to love. What do you have tied to love? Okay. Then visualize releasing them, allowing love to exist without goals or preconceived notions. Okay. All right. So for those who come in and they watch the video later and put a like on the video, this is going to be for those of you that are going to be watching later. So here's your message. Prenuptial motion. What is that motion? What's moving for you? What is the movement? Then let's look at your soul contract. I'm just going to reach in and pull. Seed of light. You are a planter of light, leaving an external mark with every action. Spiritual legacy, inner radiance, and new beginnings. Okay, and then the last one, for those who are going to be watching later, all you, all of you is magic. We'll do this card. And here is what you're doing. You are a beautiful place to call home. Home is where you sit. It is the beat of your heart and the warmth of your hands. Here's the ritual. Visualize a space in which every detail reflects something about you. Can you describe or sketch this place? What does it look and sound and smell like? What is home to you? What is the home to you? What is that home? All right, lovelies, that concludes this medicine for today. I'm going to go ahead and let you know tomorrow is an activational portal. Now, I thought I would be on. I'm probably not going to be on. I'm probably going to be more into the medicine of what is going on. So just know, I'm going to give you the tidbits of that. I think that's a good way to kind of close it out. I'm wrapping things up. Because everyone's going to be in the flow. And I don't want you to be in this place where you're verbalizing all your creation out there. You want to have it just for you and creator. Not the whole world to know what you're doing. Okay. So this one, for tomorrow, oh, it's not a portal day. It's on portal day is on the 8th. But for tomorrow, for that full moon, that's going to be that blue spectral hand. And that's going to be the blue color, and it's all about I dissolve in order to release healing. I seal the store of accomplishments with the spectral tone of liberation. I am guided by my own power doubled. So Monday we will have that portal. I'll be on Monday. And then tomorrow we're just going to be in total lunar eclipse. We go outside and feel the wind is palpable and the moisture of the air, the neosphere air, we will be able to determine the same thing about the mind. So just know it's all cosmic tomorrow. A lot of cosmic energy. All right. All right, lovelies. This has been good to just sit and sip some cacao with you and talk about, putting together those things of what you want to create for yourself. Get your stones out, get your things. If you want to create a simple little moon oil for yourself, this one's really easy. It's just some jasmine and sandalwood. Jasmine and sandalwood. Okay? That's all you need to put together. Jasmine and sandalwood. Use some jojoba oil to preserve it and put it in that. So that's a good, simple one to do. That's what I made my notes on. Real simple oil. Okay? That's a real easy one. Jasmine and sandalwood. Now you're probably going to say, oh, what if I don't have jasmine? Use some rose oil. Okay? Use some rose. Use some rose. If you don't have rose, you can use geranium. Rose of geranium. You can use that. Or gardenia. Gardenia would be a good substitute for the jasmine if you don't have that. Okay? But that's a moon oil that you can use. Um, that's really good for the energy of what you're working with. Okay. If you want to do one that's going to help you to journey deeper within the self, then your inner journey oil is going to be frankincense, cedar, and lemon. That's easy. Frankincense oil, cedarwood oil, and lemon. So go a few drops on the lemon, lower, and then go high on your frankincense and your cedar. So do 7 or 8, 9 drops of those two. And then go 3 to 4 on your lemon. Okay? You don't want your lemon to overpower it because lemon is the essence of purification. Okay? It brings that in. So inner journey oil. That's a good one. All right, lovelies. I hope this was helpful. I hope this was good for you. I hope you enjoyed just sitting and being, and we just kind of have some time to just kind of sip on our teas and talk, and instead of just go, 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 and I gotta go, hurry, hurry, hurry. I didn't want to do that today. I just kind of wanted to be. It's one of those moments where you just kind of move in the flow. Okay, set your space up, smudge everything. If you have to change the linen on your bed, change the linen on your bed. Change your pillowcases. Okay, things need to get washed on your bed. Wash them. Wash your towels. Have your nice medicine bath, nice showers. Salt yourself up, baking sodas, whatever you want to do. Just be and flow. But set your intentions of what you're connecting to. All right? All right, lovelies. So glad I got to spend the day with you. All right. I'm going to be to myself. You go be to yourself. You go do your magic. Be all that you're going to be for you. Take care of you. Self-care. Okay? Give to yourself first. And just enjoy your day. All right? Enjoy it. And just be in the flow of tomorrow. I will catch up with all of you on Monday. We'll activate that portal on Monday. All right? And that'll get us set up for going into the 9/9. All right? All right, lovelies. Have a fantastic evening. Be good to yourself. Much love. Bye.